Welcome to the Anshine Show, where your mental fitness is our business. We are here to guide you through the difficult times in your life and to expose those who cause you difficulties. We do not manipulate context, we expose it. Enjoy our podcast. Share this podcast with your friends and families. Encourage others to be an active audience of our podcast and donate to our podcast via our Anchor podcast link. Buy our books on Amazon.com by typing Shinyan into the Amazon.com search box. Thank you. And now for something completely different.
The Anshine Show and Pina Vega Entertainment Group along with the Democratic Republic of Diamangshania wishes you a wonderful, peaceful and beautiful Pride Month. You are valid and nothing will ever change that.
The Anshin Show and Penavada Entertainment Group are excited to announce the grand opening of the Democratic Republic of Diamangshania, a global government with your best interest at heart and 100% slavery-free. We want to welcome you to become a citizen of the Democratic Republic of Diamangshania by sending in a citizenship request to immigrations@protonmail.com. Because this is a global government, you don't even have to move. Unless you want to, because you do have the right to freedom of movement. Also buy the multiple books on the Democratic Republic of Diamangshania on Amazon and the Not in Service series. We also have the Triggered series available on Amazon.com. All proceeds go to make your life worth so much more and to support the Anshin Show and Penavada Entertainment Group. Remember, citizenship is free and buying these books are voluntary. but you will be blessed for many lifetimes because you helped someone else to be their better selves. Buy the Not in Service books, Triggered books, or the Dayaming Dictionary books today and definitely become a citizen of the Democratic Republic of Dayaming Dictionary right now.
The thoughts, ideas and suggestions of Gage Kirby, the GC2 cult, the conservative right-wing media, and any form of media not promoted and or created by the Democratic Republic of Diamingshire, Penia Viga Entertainment Group, or any member organization of the Diamingshire Corporation, does not in any way, shape, or form, legally, realistically, and or accurately represents the beliefs of the On Shinay Show, has no personal connection with any member of the On Shinay Show, and is in no way, shape or form an accurate or realistic representation of any member of the On Shinay Show. The On Shinay Show is sponsored by Anchor, the Democratic Republic of Diamingshire, Penia Viga Entertainment Group, the Diamingshire Corporation, and by listeners like you. Thank you.
I am a Filipino. I live in the Philippines. And I am a transgender girl. Hi everyone, this is Andrian, and today I'm here to share to you guys how I live my life, or should I say how we live our lives as a transgender girls here in the Philippines. Well, I can say that it's hard because for a fact that in the Philippines, 92% of the population is Roman Catholic, and you know for a fact that being a Roman Catholic, you have same-sex marriage is still, not being approved by the church. It's good to know that the Philippines is like the 10th most gay-friendly country in the world, and I'm so happy to know that. But discrimination isn't still being addressed here for transgender people specifically. Well, sometimes you just don't want to go out because when you go down the street, you will be like stoned, abused verbally. They will say something stupid to you, like they will treat you like you are a hookup. That sometimes there are indecent proposals that a guy will approach you and will like ask you to have sex with him, and you just need to pay him and you'll have sex together. It's really sad, and I feel so degraded or when I hear stories about that or experience that personally. And not all of us are comedians, so don't make fun of us. I know that in the media, on the television, everywhere, like in the comedy bars, probably transgender people are just being productive, and that's their job. That's the way they earn money. But other transgender people, you shouldn't make fun of them. Like me, we are probably living our lives like normally, and it's really like painful to like put on something that we don't want, like a funny thing. Like transgender girls being dressed up like really ugly and put on a funny situation, they will be criticized, and it's gonna be really funny because it's a comedy show. But behind that, I am sad because people who watch the shows like that getting the mindset that all transgenders are comedians and funny and they can all laugh at us. Well, I hope Filipinos are watching this video, and I also know that I have Filipino subscribers, so please share this video to all of your Filipino friends on your Facebook account. They should see this video, and I would like to tell them that we're all people, we're all human rather, and we also have feelings. You shouldn't discriminate us just because you want. You can just laugh at us just because you like. We want to live our lives normally here. Probably in your everyday lives you see us everywhere. Just ignore us. You don't have to hurt us with the words, and you don't have to tell us that we are like gay or lesbian. I just hate that Filipino call us gay generally or lesbians generally. I should probably have to make a separate video for that, like how to identify or differentiate transgender, transsexuals, gay, lesbians, asexuals, pansexuals, and teach people how to identify one. Well, going forward, I think being a transgender, your general problem, or your one big problem is, you're always being discriminated. On this video, I'm not just saying that it's really difficult to live as a transgender here in the Philippines, but it is also like happy, like it is also good. I really love call centers because discrimination doesn't exist in the work environment. As long as you can work for them, you can help them to make their company like better. Supervisors, transgender supervisors, you can find transgender supervisors in call centers. I've been one, and what else? They're open with third sex. They don't mind if you are transgender, and they will still talk to you like you're just a normal people. So I really love working in call centers or BPO companies because I feel at home. If you guys looking for a job, you probably have to go ahead and visit a call center and try your luck. Another thing that's really good is I'm so proud that I am transgender transgender Filipino, because these transgender girls make me proud as well.
Kevin Ballot, Miss International Queen 2012, a Filipino transgender icon. I adore her beauty. Manila Luzon, Filipino-American drag queen. Gina Rosero, supermodel, co-founder of Gender Proud, and she just came out as transsexual. Vice Ganda, talented host, box office king, queen.
I'm really proud of these girls. it's like uplifting when you are seeing Filipino transgender girls in the news that they have given the country like a pride that that make us really happy, and like it's really uplifting. So, girls, please continue that, and I'm looking forward to meet you in person someday. I love you. To all the transgender girls all over the Philippines and all over the world, don't lose hope. Be strong. If you are in a situation that is really hard, don't forget to pray. I know for a fact that there are other transgender girls or transgender people that are being like hated by their own family, and they're not being accepted for who they are. Don't worry. It will take time for them to realize that you are their son, you are their daughters, so you have to be patient. Always remember that there are friends to be there for you, to talk to, and some shoulders to lean on. Or if you need someone to talk to, just add me up on Facebook or just send me a message. You don't have to add me, just send me a message. Feel free to talk to me if you have any problem. I'm willing to answer all your questions or to talk about your problems for like being a transgender girl or transgender guy. Don't hesitate, please. Be strong, be patient, and when you are taking hormones, please go out and see a doctor. Don't up your dosage. Be healthy, and wherever you are, you have to love yourself. Don't hate it. Don't hate yourself. Just be yourself. Show the people that you are you. Thanks for watching, and I love you. Mwah.
voices in my head again, trapped in a war inside my own skin. They're pulling me under.
Now, the man featured in this photo is named Lance. People who have been watching the content from the middle to the end of last year know who Lance is. They are familiar with the cavalcade of stupid fucking horse shit that he's pulled, but this is designed to sort of be a comprehensive rundown of the situation from where it started all the way to where it is now. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. However, I do intend to try to make this as easy as possible to do. That way this video will not be overwhelmingly long. So, let's explain Lance's really psychotic, crazy-ass beginnings. Now, the reason Lance ended up becoming so notorious was as a result of him being discovered to have subscribed and made an account to a website called Rapey. Now, Rapey, as the name would imply, was a website that more or less served a purpose to glorify pedophilia, child molestation, child grooming, child sexual exploitation, essentially any horrible thing that a person could ever do to a child, which would include snuff films of children, were circulated on that website with the intention of giving pedophiles and pedosadists an opportunity to essentially get their rocks off without risking personal exposure themselves, because they had some sort of fucked up haven for pedos to gather. People had essentially blown the case wide open about that fucking website, straight up calling it out for the horrible fucked up piece of shit website that it was, that was also inhabited by horrible fucked up pieces of shit. Now, instead of doing the responsible thing, like any person would normally do, and simply say, yeah, fuck that, I'm not going near it, Lance decided to do the oh-so-brilliant thing of making an account on the website, maintaining presence on there for a month, and proceeding to make videos which more or less alluded to the fact that he was developing an addiction to interacting with people on the website, despite the fact that he was seeing articles that more or less were people condoning pedophilia, child molestation, child sexual exploitation, and more or less people exchanging tips and tricks on how they could talk about fucking children. And the weirdest part is Lance did not appear to be detrimentally affected by any of this at all. At no point in time did he seem genuinely bothered by any of the egregious, horrible, fucked up things he'd seen at the website. In fact, he'd seemed to completely turn a blind eye to it because it was in the name of spreading awareness about his shitty rapping to people who otherwise didn't give a fuck about anything he was doing. Because, you know, that's the first thing that you should think about as an influencer, or anyone that just creates content. You immediately go to all the horrible shit people tell you to stay away from to try to get the horrible, fucked up piece of shit people to view your content and potentially expose themselves to children under your watch. I would do a slow clap, but since I can't use my picture-in-picture microphone, I don't want to blow out my fucking mic. The point is, Lance has been such a shitty fucking role model for so many fucking people that nobody at all believes he's capable of taking care of himself or anyone else. And the sad part is, one thing that really disgusts me about all of it is the fact that not only does he seem completely unaware of the situation, despite the fact that he's obviously fully aware of the consequences to the people that were in those films or in those articles that he was viewing, who were being sexually exploited and potentially even beaten to death or even killed, is the fact that at no point in time did he ever bother to take the effort to sit down and maybe contact the police to say if something could have been done about it, to maybe get the website shut down, maybe to report the people on the website, to maybe hope that some sort of justice is served. Instead, he completely ignored the fact that these were people who obviously needed to be reported to law enforcement, and instead decided to turn a blind eye to it voluntarily, instead of getting the fuck out of there when he realized all the horrible shit people were posting. Totally not the actions of someone who's fully aware and complicit of everything that he's fucking done. I mean, let's go back to the website's founder and admin for a minute, Nathan Larson. Not only was he an incestuous pedophile white supremacist, he was also known for trying to get people to help him assassinate former President Barack Obama when he was still serving his first presidential term, if I recall correctly. And for some reason, Lance did not bother to go into detail about that when he covered it in his own shitty publication, essentially trying to blame, shift, and assassinate the characters of people who he felt have royally chapped his ass. Word to the wise, dipshit. How about instead of blaming other people for the dumb fucking bullshit you pull, and the stupid fucking shit you usually go about, why not just simply sit down for a minute, take a look at yourself, and think to yourself, maybe doing the stupid shit I'm doing right now is not worth the nonsense. Emphasis on nonsense. Because I do believe that you are a pedophile, if not a pedophile apologist, given the fact that you were completely complicit and completely nonchalant about the fact that there were people straight up talking about raping children and grooming children and molesting children. And at no point in time did you seem at all adversely affected by it, either because you're just too stupid to understand what any of that really means in context, or maybe you are just a giant fucking pedophile and no one's really fucking held you accountable for it because no one's really sure. I don't know. It could be any way, shape, or form. But anyway, now that I've covered that, let's go into the past before Lance was discovered by Belle Demasi, Cass Warfox, myself, and many others, because that's when the shapings of a lot of this really comes to light. Now, the trickiest part about trying to assemble a timeline about someone like Lance before they were widely known is the fact that since they're not widely known at the time, it takes It takes quite a bit of digging and quite a lot of reaching out to people in communities that this person has either admitted to being a part of or has quite possibly been a part of within a set timeline. Now, luckily I was able to speak to a few people on DeviantArt and a few people on Vimeo, as well as, I believe, Blip TV and some other video social media websites, who more or less gave me a very sordid history about Lance's behavior. On DeviantArt, Lance was a member of a Bolt fandom that had been established there, where Lance had repeatedly requested people make art for him, featuring him as a character from Bolt. These, of course, were requests that were not made with any sort of friendship beforehand. He essentially walked up to some of these people completely randomly and requested that they make him something just because he thought that they were talented. Now, when your friend requests something of you, that's perfectly fine. They're simply requesting a gift or a favor for them in which they will return on a later date. But when it's a complete stranger approaching you with the request that you make them artwork, it's obvious that an artist, or even someone who's a hobbyist who happens to be good at drawing, will find this a bit offensive and a little bit insulting, that they are essentially being treated like a prostitute, with the exception that instead of selling their bodies, they are essentially giving art away for free to someone who does not really give a shit about anything they do, unless this is artwork pertaining to the film that this person has developed a really unhealthy fixation on. And before someone says anything, it's okay to have interests, it's okay to have things that you like. But when you start harassing people and demanding that they make content about it because you can't be tasked with drawing it yourself, or because you lack the creative skill or vision to do it yourself, it's essentially just you being a dick for the purpose of being a dick. Requesting something of someone who you have no business to ask them because you are not friends, you are not even acquaintances. This person by the name of Nuclear Tree was a 16-year-old female hobbyist who had made the account on DeviantArt simply to share art with her friends and some of her family members who lived some distance away. Lance, however, instead of acting like a normal fucking human being when this person said no, proceeded to follow them around DeviantArt, harassed them for weeks, to the point to where they apparently deleted their account for some time, before they came back with the account under the name of Aloha 49296. And it didn't take Lance long to find this person again, to the point to where he had begun harassing this person for a second time, this time lasting for weeks. At first pretending to be apologetic for the harassment that he gave them, and then immediately after this person seemed to be a little bit more willing to talk to him, immediately resorted to hounding them again for the artwork that he requested the first time around. Yeah, good job, Lance. Good way to show your true colors. As soon as the person's even remotely willing to listen to what you have to say, you immediately go back to pushing what you want down their fucking throat. You would be such a fun fucking person to be around, since that's exactly how you fucking treat people. And don't say that it's not. Myself, Professor Curious, Cass, like, we've all seen your behavior. We've all seen what the fuck you do. Whenever you believe you have any sort of leeway, you immediately make it a point to try to push what you want on the other people, even if it is by constantly accosting them to the point to where they feel like they can't even speak your name without you being up their ass about it non-fucking stop. It was at this point that Aloha decided to delete their account for a second time, and this time they did not return to DeviantArt. The only reason I know about the Aloha and the Nuclear Tree incident was because of the fact that a friend of theirs had been around when I was out searching for information, and they were willing to tell me everything that they could. At the time, they didn't think to procure screenshots, so unfortunately I don't have any, and I do apologize for that, but there's not really much I can do about it now. This was around the time that Lance made that bogus-ass suicide threat. Now here's the thing. I know a lot of people that are on this autism spectrum have a difficulty communicating and regulating their emotions. However, what Lance does at that given time in 2014 was proceed to issue a threat of suicide, which honestly I believe it was more of a death threat, and that the reason his family had had him hospitalized for a brief amount of time was because of the fact that people were most likely calling law enforcement and getting other people involved because they feared that his fucked up behavior was potentially dangerous to those around him. Because, let's just be honest here, people like Lance are not very good at keeping their crazy bullshit under wraps for too long. Because what happens is people start to catch on, they start to realize that he's out of his fucking mind. And after that, people start opening their mouths about it, they start speaking about it. But let's go to his online escapades regarding Vimeo and Blip TV and some other video websites that completely slipped my mind. Because he has a long and sordid history of like scrubbing his shit clean and disappearing for a while just to re-emerge on another platform. Because that's totally what a completely normal, rational, sane human being does whenever they get caught doing something they're not supposed to do. Lance had decided to start making content on Vimeo, as well as a few other websites that are known for video platforming that are not as well known as YouTube. Around this time, Lance started speaking to people who he believed were underage. Now, at first it started out with just regular conversation stuff. However, the problem is it didn't take Lance very long at all to start asking them very uncomfortable personal questions. Asking them about their family, if they have any siblings, if they have any sisters or brothers. Now, this wouldn't be too bad if you're just trying to make conversation. However, remember, these are people that are under the age of 18, and it didn't take him more than, per se, a week to start asking borderline sexual questions towards them. In fact, if I am to recall, in one of those DeviantArt discussions that he had with Nuclear Tree before they changed their name to Aloha, involved the fact that he was repeatedly asking them about their 15-year-old sister, who is exactly 1 year younger than them. And when this person repeatedly brought up how uncomfortable it was talking about it, Lance decided to do the thing that no person should ever do, and immediately started to act whining and bitchy about it and start acting passive-aggressive about it instead of apologizing like a normal person does when they know they crossed the line. Lance has been called a pedophile by multiple people on those video sharing platforms before he made his big debut on YouTube, mainly because of the fact that he had a bunch of really odd behaviors talking to people about borderline sexual things, people who he was well aware were between the ages of 14 to 16 when he was speaking with them. This wasn't something that he was completely unaware of. He'd actually had full-length conversations where he would essentially request someone's age just to make sure he knew who he was talking to, and despite the fact that he knew that they were not legal to speak to on such things, his first thought was to immediately begin talking to them about them anyway. Yeah. You're about as speechless as you are. That's why I'm having a difficult time saying all this, because it's just legitimately fucking disgusting. I mean, if you even pay attention to his old channel, Lance is talking to his therapist, before he deleted it, he had a video where he more or less openly admitted to requesting nudes of a 14-year-old while he was on Rapey. The weird part is that video was made to assassinate the character of the person he was talking to because they disassociated with him, when the reason they disassociated with him in the first fucking place was because he admitted to requesting nudes from a 14-year-old girl, while fully aware he was on a website frequented by child predators, pedophiles, would-be child molesters, things to that effect, and at no point in time did he ever cross his mind that doing this was a bad thing. And that's why I just personally don't believe that he gives a shit about anything he does. But, now that we've kind of explained some of his behaviors, let's go into the suicide threat. I firmly believe, now this is just my speculation, I believe that the suicide threat was done as a way to get people online to back off. When he tweeted a suicide threat, it was more or less designed to make people who he was talking smack to or talking sexually to not get the police involved. It was more or less his way to try to make them feel guilty by essentially trying to hold himself hostage, saying that he would kill himself if they continued to talk about the fact that he was openly talking about their would-be sexuality, whether or not they would sleep with him, or whether or not they would send him pictures of their genitals. So yeah, keep in mind this is speculation from things that I've heard and some things that he's done. I'm just trying to connect the dots to try to make a cohesive narrative from this. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm willing to acknowledge I'm wrong if I can be proven wrong. However, that does not make the situation look any more suspicious. Now let's talk about his actions of last year. Now 2021, If you're wondering why I'm suddenly using my camera instead of using my pictograph, it's because the audio recording quality on a Chromebook fucking blows because they don't allow you to use external microphones, which means my picture-in-picture microphone here is essentially sitting here fucking useless, unable to be used, because for whatever reason, Chromebooks don't have drivers that allow them to use external microphones. Brilliant idea there, Google. While you're at it, why don't you just make them completely unusable for anyone that wants to edit and use equipment that's not complete shit. Mini rant aside. 2021 was the year of the nonce, because what happened is essentially everyone came out of the woodwork to give Lance an opportunity to speak his piece about his behavior. And he, excuse me, something up underneath my stomach, had more or less gone out of his way to make a complete fucking idiot of himself by proving time and time again that he is exactly the same type of person that everyone believed he was since day fucking one. My friend Cass Warfox, which people know has done a lot of this online predator hunting stuff before, gave him an opportunity to speak his piece on his show. And what happened from that was, essentially, Lance went out of his way to make up a series of excuses, of lies by omissions, tried to keep dancing around the fact that he knew exactly what the fuck he was doing the entire time he was on Rapey, and at no point in time did he ever stop to consider that the reason people were not believing anything he fucking said was because he had publicly documented himself doing so many things before that him trying to lie about it at that point was utterly irrelevant. Because it didn't suit a purpose to really get him out of trouble. In fact, it only proceeded to get him in worse trouble when he proceeded to fuck himself over, run himself around in a giant fucking bullshit circle, cause himself nothing but problems, and then start crying and stamping his feet and demanding that other people feel sympathetic towards him, despite the fact that it was his own stupid, fucked up, nonsensical actions that led up to that situation in the first damn place. After all was said and done, after Lance was finished thoroughly humiliating himself for about 2 hours while being caught in one lie after another by Coyote Lovely, Cass, and everyone else that popped in to kind of say their piece, he proceeded to try to fight a one-man war against a bunch of people who didn't really give a shit what he was doing because they'd already had their fun, they've already said what they needed to say, and they figured the best opportunity was just to walk away while they could so they didn't end up wasting more time and brain cells arguing with someone that fucking stupid. It was around the same time that this was going on that we discovered that there was a duplicate account that he had made shortly before that floating around, posing as my own account while at the same time failing miserably to do anything at all interesting or intelligent or even remotely eloquent, I should say. And instead of simply taking the time to fuck off, learn his lesson, and grow as a person and maybe come back when he's developed some better understanding of what to do with his time, he instead decided the best thing to do was to throw a fucking temper tantrum and proceed to file a whole bunch of accusations at yours truly. Now let's just go into the accusations that were filed. Yeah, you saw that. Like, back when he had his old Twitter account, he straight up tried to brand me a pedo because, you know, reasons that he will not go into. The dumb fuck even admits to Anthony Hunter that he knows full well what he's saying is bullshit, which I will show in the screen cap now.
But wait! There's more!
And right around the same time he tried that little trick of shitbaggery, he also went out of his way to try to offer a $5 cash reward to get me removed from the platform, because that totally sounds like the action of an innocent person. So here's a screen cap of that.
Weekend getaway, plus a shorty that knows how to
You are listening to the Shanae Show. This is the end of part 1.
Hey bitch, it's me again. What is up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm making a more serious video, I guess, which I suck at because I suck at being serious. Like, I make everything into a joke, so I'm probably gonna be like really awkward because I like want to get everything right, but it's not gonna work. How are you doing? Did you drink enough water today? You better drink some water right now. I don't have any water with me right now, but I'll be drinking water with you, like, in spirit. Today I wanted to make a video about the advice that I would give my younger self, basically at the start of my transition. As you all know, I am a proud trans woman, girl. I'm 20 now, so I don't know if it's woman or girl. Like, I feel like it's somewhere in between right now. I'm at a really weird age. So I don't know, you decide for yourself. And I know some fucking transphobe in the comments is gonna be like, me there. But can you just leave me be? Can I just have this one thing? So I'm just gonna tell you the advice I would give to my younger self and to all the trans girls starting out their transition, to all the trans girls that are in the middle of their transition, just to trans girls in general, because I'm here for you. Today, I'm your big sister. I'm not your mom, but I am your big sister, you know? And this is advice that I haven't really heard anywhere else. Personally, this is also like stuff that I wouldn't have thought of a while ago. I have my laptop here in tradition as usual. So I wrote a few points down. The first point that I have is set healthy boundaries. I've actually had a really hard time doing this because what I mean by this is, you know, because transitioning hasn't been very like well known for that long. Like, it's been in the media for quite a while, but the amount of trans visibility has increased a lot over the years, but like there's still a lot of education to do. So a lot of cis people feel confused or curious, and you know, I understand that is natural. When you learn about something new and you're curious, you want to know about it. But here's the thing, we are not walking science projects. It's up to you if you feel comfortable discussing stuff about your transition, because I think every single trans girl has gotten questions that have gone way over the line. We are not Google. I'm not Google. Do I look like fucking Google to you? I shouldn't have to explain to people that I'm not close with what my genitals look like. So if you're cis right now, imagine me asking about your genitals and I barely know you. That would make you uncomfortable, right? Well, it might come as a shock to you, but we're people too. And it makes us uncomfortable as well. I do discuss that stuff with like my partners, you know, the sexual type, woo, and like my close friends, but I'm not really comfortable discussing that with people that I'm not close with. And I've done that a lot of times when I wasn't comfortable with it because I just felt like, oh, okay, well, I guess they want to know and I guess I just have to tell them. But no, you don't. Sis, you don't. You don't have to tell them. You decide what you want to tell and what you don't. We're still people, you know, and it's not our entire purpose to be educational towards cis people. I choose to be open about my transition on the internet, but there's a lot of trans people who just want to live their life and who are probably not comfortable with discussing personal stuff like what their genitals look like, hormones, breast growth, whatever, you know? That's all pretty private stuff. So I advise you strongly to just respect your own boundaries and be assertive and tell people when something is not okay. Because you have boundaries, like a normal person, like a cis person. Fuck normal. I'm saying cis from now on. Big fuck you to internalized transphobia. There's cis and there's trans. And neither is weird. Period. My second point is, don't compare your transition to other people's transition. Now, I'm not saying that I never do this. In fact, I do this so often. So often. It makes me super insecure. But everyone's transition is so widely different. What I consider transitioning might not be what someone else considers transitioning, because for me, transitioning is just like the full package, you know. I'm currently on the waiting list for gender reassignment surgery, but there are trans people who don't want to do every aspect, every basic aspect, or like whatever, you know. That is up to everyone. There's also non-binary trans people who have a completely different transition. It's just personal for everyone, and depending on how late in life you start, or depending on your genetics, like some trans girls pass more and some trans girls pass less. I don't get harassed anymore because I generally pass, but strong bone structure runs in my family. That's why I have a strong chin, and not because of like male puberty, but just because it's in my family. And that's often what people, this really hurts my feelings actually. I've heard people say like, oh wait, no, I can tell because of your chin. And it would be like, you just pointed out my biggest insecurity. Thanks. But that doesn't make me any less of a woman. And I think the whole concept of passability can get so toxic, because it's almost like people only respect you if you're passable. But they shouldn't. They should respect you regardless. Constantly comparing yourself to other trans girls is not going to make you happy, because in the end, you are you, and your transition is yours and yours to go through. And it's your process. And everyone's process is different. Beauty standards for cis women are already brutal, so the beauty standards for us are even wilder. Because if you don't pass 100%, someone's gonna have something to say, you know? Someone's gonna have something to say. They're gonna be like, I can see your brow bone. Ooh, I can see your height, you're this, you're that. And it's exhausting. So fuck them. Fuck that. You do you. Because your transition is yours. And transitioning is painful and draining and traumatic, but it's also beautiful. And it's also a beautiful process of you becoming you, because that's what it's about. And everyone does that on their own terms and in their own way. The next point that I have hits really close to home, and I think this applies to a lot of trans girls, because it's basically what we're like taught. Don't internalize transphobia to please cis people. I think internalization is generally a problem amongst discriminated communities. You see it a lot with women in general, internalizing misogyny, which is a really toxic thing. And a lot of trans people have internalized misogyny. I bet you can think of a few people right now. I'm not gonna say who, because I'm not about the shady life, you know. And I actually have a lot of internalized transphobia still. That makes me sound really whiny to cis people, because I don't think cis people can grasp how truly fucking awful it is when you've just gotten like a lot of hate and transphobia your way, and even like smaller things, you just internalize them, and you start believing that you're not worth it, that you're not a real woman, that you're not this, that you're not that, that cis people are normal, that you're weird, that you're, you know, that you're less valuable than a cis woman, that you're less attractive than a cis woman. You start to believe all these things, and they don't do anything good for you. And I've just seen a lot of trans girls on the internet just agree with transphobic cis people in order for them to feel some sort of acceptance from them. It's actually a really sad thing. You've just come to hate yourself so much that you crave the acceptance of people that don't want to accept you, that are not going to respect you, that don't view you as equal. They don't view you as equal. They don't view you as respectable because you're trans. Now, why on earth would you want their validation? Getting their validation doesn't suddenly make you normal. And that's the hard truth. You're still going to be trans, but now you're just going to be trans with people surrounding you who secretly don't even accept you for that. You know, but you're like the exception. They'll make an exception for you. Toxic as fuck. Cut that shit out and work on that. It's almost impossible to not develop some internalized transphobia. Also, surround yourself with people, trans or cis or whatever, doesn't matter, who are actually accepting of you and who respect your boundaries and who respect your womanhood and who don't question it and who don't make you feel bad about being trans. Okay? You gotta promise me.
Hi, this is me editing. I'm very aware that this is definitely a privilege that not everyone has access to. So I'm aware that this is not easy to achieve for a lot of trans people.
And that is where I want to end this video. If you guys want to see a part 2, let me know. If you guys have any suggestions, I would love to hear, because I would love to hear what you guys would say to your younger selves, because I think we can all learn a lot from that. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!
Right.
are still listening to the Enchaîné Show. This is the beginning of part 2.
And recently, he's gone so far as to actually attempt to have multiple videos of mine taken down for, quote, privacy complaints. Word to the unwise, you dumb fucking pedophile. It's not a privacy violation if you put your own fucking face out there for everyone to fucking see on your own channel, you stupid fucking idiot. Another thing. It's not a violation of your privacy for two people to have a conversation about your fucked up behavior and spitball ideas back and forth about why it is you're so mentally fucked up. You're a fucking asshole, you're a lying little fuck, you're a fucking flaggot who knows for a fact that all he does is just report videos every single time one of them even remotely bothers him, even if it's about shit that he's actually fucking done. You're a whiny little fucking douche. But let's go down to all the particular bullshit that he uses to defend himself before we go with our final concluding statements. Like any particular whiny piece of shit, Lance's first thought, whenever he's held accountable for any of his actions, immediately goes back to using his autism as a get-out-of-jail-free card. Whenever he does something bad, well, I'm autistic, so you can't say I'm an asshole. I can't be held accountable because I'm retarded. And unfortunately, that's legitimately the crux of his first argument. His first argument stems from the fact that he's disabled, and it's more or less him trying to skirt around his responsibility to own up to his actions. Just by saying that him being disabled is somehow one way or another a get-out-of-jail-free card for every action that he's ever done that's been proven to be shitty or illegal. No, it's not. You're a fucking asshole, and people are getting sick of you using that as an excuse. Let's go to the next one. Lance's entire idea of it being in the past means that if it happened over 24 hours ago, or up to 72 hours ago, or up to 138 hours ago, then it's miraculously the same as it happening a decade ago, or more than a decade ago. Thus, it's basically him trying to diminish his responsibility by saying that because it's happened longer than he cares to address it, it means that he's just no longer able to be held to the same standard by which he would hold others. This is another example of him just acting like a narcissistic twat, trying to say that the passage of time miraculously makes him completely absolved of any sort of his actions. It doesn't. You're a dick, and you're shitty for doing that, Lance. Regardless of whether or not you think it's okay, that doesn't wipe away your fucked up actions. Another two things that Lance constantly does is try to shift the blame onto other people by essentially making the argument that people are obligated to feel bad that they call him names and insult him, when he lies about them, lies to them, lies to others about other people, actively tries to get people removed from platforms, files false allegations that are greatly severe about someone, or a lot of people, really, in an attempt to cover up his actions. It's all him trying to shift blame onto the other people. If someone comments a bunch of times on his videos, he will actively block them, remove comments, or recently just disable comments entirely and unblock people. Because, if you disable comments and unblock people, that somehow makes any fucking sense at all. It's like, I'll allow you to comment, but I'll remove the comments so you can't comment because you're just that big of a bitch. You are. You're a bitch. I think the reason you removed comments, fuckface, is because you knew for a fact that you were planning on reporting some of my videos, and you wanted to remove any chance I might have to say something about it directly to you, because you're that big of a fucking coward. Another problem is he has a habit of trying to guilt trip. He will constantly try to use the fact that he's a simpering pussy to his advantage, by breaking down and fake crying as a way to try to make people feel ashamed for simply saying negative things. About him, even if those things are directly caused by things that he does to them beforehand. People like him are people that everyone should be aware of in their real life, because they will try to manipulate you, they will try to fuck with you, they will try to get into your life in one way or another, and basically try to eat it from within so that you feel shitty every time they do something fucked up to you that upsets you. People like Lance are not nice people to be around. They're not people to call your friends. They're not people to associate with. Because what happens is, they'll try to say that it's your fault that they act a certain way to you, when the reality is, they're acting that way because you're holding them accountable for their actions. And the problem is, instead of taking the time to sit down and think about one's actions and try to reflect on whether or not it's worth the struggle, he decides to immediately forego any degree of forethought and just jump head first into it, deciding that whatever consequence that may follow is completely beside the point, just so long as he can try to do damage to someone else beforehand. And that's the problem. He's willing to forsake his own image. He's willing to be toxic, or he's willing to be loved or loathed, just so long as he gets attention. Professor Curious worded it best when he will take love or fear. He will take fear, like fame or infamy. He will take whether it be a positive reputation that's glowing and well respected by the community. Good luck with that one. Or a reputation where people just straight up know him to be a sack of shit who they more or less mock and poke fun at and turn him into a lol cow or a horror cow. And honestly, let me just be very frank here. If Lance did get into a relationship with anyone, if someone was stupid enough to actually invite him into their life and be a romantic partner for him, he would be the kind of person that would make them do all the work emotionally and physically. They would be working their hands to the bone, and they would be trying to put their best into the relationship to try to make him grow as a person and try to encourage emotional and mental growth in him. And all he would do in return is throw tantrums and demand things of them, because he doesn't know how to be an adult. He doesn't know how to function like a normal person. And even though some of that is the autism, the rest of it isn't. The ability to stop and think about what you're doing is not an autistic thing. It's not a non-autistic thing. It's a human being thing. It's the ability to fucking think thing. And it's obvious that Lance lacks that ability to consider his actions before he does them. Just don't fall for people like that in your life, because they will fuck up your life if they get the opportunity to. That's why it's best to keep people like that in an arm's length, if not completely cut them the fuck off like a gangrenous limb. But let's go into my final thoughts and my closing statements. Now, Lance tries to play the role of a victim of circumstance. The problem is, however, that anyone that looks beyond the facade, that pays attention to any of his actions whatsoever, realizes that that is all an act. His entire concern is whether or not people will view his content. His entire concern is trying to become rich and famous, despite the fact that he is not intelligent or charismatic or funny or entertaining, at least not intentionally entertaining or intentionally funny. It's funny in a cosmic sort of way to watch someone that damn stupid try to pretend that they don't understand what they did, but it's not funny in a humorous way. It's funny in a sad way. It's funny in an almost pitiful way, but then you lose the ability to pity him when you realize all the horrible, fucked up shit he's done to other people to try to make them look bad just so he doesn't look nearly as guilty as he is. He tries to play himself off as a tragic anti-hero, as some sort of martyr for what he believes is a cause that he is actually defending. Truth be told, he doesn't stand for any causes. He doesn't stand for any goals. He doesn't stand for really anything, if I'm to be honest. His entire concern from start to finish is internet fame. Anyone else or anything else can be fucked, just so long as he decides that it's what benefits him as opposed to what would not benefit him. His entire concern from start to finish is never a matter of trying to do what he knows is right. It's always been a matter of trying to blame others for his actions and trying to play it off like he's unaware of how severe they are. People like this, who act this way,
ti nunca te iban a hacer. Llevarte a lugares que tú no pensaste ver. Entonces date prisa, quítate la camisa. It's me and you so high like we in the visa.
Have you ever tried to live without? Did you ever know what it's all about? It's the sound of the wind that is blowing my mind. It's the beat of the earth making me sleep at night.
I'm a hustler by nature, it's in my blood. Steady chasing this paper, rolling up. So my money never out of sight. And I'm all swagged up with a red and green stripe. I'm a hustler by nature, it's in my blood. Steady chasing this paper, rolling up. So my money never out of sight. And I'm all swagged up with a red and green stripe.
Don't bow, but I sleep at night. Demons in it for the wrong and the lying. I want to do a walk to a diamond, give me some more. Dying. Don't bow, but I sleep at night. Something wakes me up in the morning. Something about the sweet, sweet smell of marijuana. Who's good for money bag, not the truth. Don't bow, but I sleep at night. Demons in it for the wrong and the lying. I want to do a walk to a diamond, give me some more. Dying. Don't bow, but I sleep at night. Something wakes me up in the morning. Something about the sweet, sweet smell of marijuana. Who's good for money bag, not the truth.
Ain't no God on your feet. If you're gonna lean into me, make sure you feel the heat. You can take what you want, but when you take it from me, I'll make sure that you fall upon the floor, down to your knees. I'm not betting on them. To get me peace. I'm not asking for a miracle, just you and me. Yeah, I want a miracle to get me peace. I'm not asking for a miracle, just you and me. Yeah, I wanna know. So what how we play? Is it too much to ask if I should go or I should stay? In the moment of doubt, put your hand on the flame. When you need to remind yourself that you can feel the same. I'm not betting on them.
Don't bow, but I sleep at night. Demons in it for the wrong and the lying. I don't want a jewel or a diamond. Give me something more. I got to remind it. Don't bow, but I sleep at night. Something wakes me up in the morning. Something about the sweet, sweet smell of marijuana. Leaves me with the money bag, not the dream.
Miracle to get me a piece. I'm not asking for a miracle, just you and me. Yeah, I want a miracle to get me a piece. I'm not asking for a miracle, just you and me. Yeah, I want a
Llámame a mi teléfono, mándame texto o FaceTime. Lo que tú quieres o todo era otra, me da una oportunidad. Llámame a mi teléfono, mándame texto o FaceTime. Lo que tú quieres o todo era otra, me da una oportunidad. I know I'm too sensitive, I guess it's just the way it is. Sorry, I'm the way I am, just wanna be a perfect man. Touch me gently, kiss me slowly, come to bed and baby show me that you want me to, that you want me to.
Main the track, when I step on the scene, I do or die all my life with or without a team. Fast or slow, bro, you can't catch me though. Too fast, too furious, too hungry for y'all to see. Main the track, when I step on the scene, I do or die all my life with or without a team. Fast or slow, bro, you can't catch me though. Too fast, too furious, too hungry for y'all to see. I mean what I say what I mean. I'm the goddamn reason hip hop's back on the street. Used to put brick in the streets, now I lay my work on beats and let them work for me. Yeah, I mean what I say what I mean. I'm the goddamn reason hip hop's back on the street. Used to put brick in the streets, now I lay my work on beats and let them work for me. Yeah.
who do the things that they do to damage themselves. Damage other people just by being in association with them. That's why anyone that's ever been associated with Lance has either disassociated with him or has more or less just kept him around to be the token tard, which is designed to be the punching bag whenever they decide they've had a shit time and they need someone to lash out at. This is not me trying to get Lance's attention. This is not me trying to bring him back. This is me more or less trying to make like the compilated list of what's been found, what's been dug up, what can be established. Throwing together a timeline from as far back as 2014 to now. All I can say is, I don't pity Lance. I don't feel bad for Lance. I am simply annoyed with Lance continuing to try to strike down my channel because he doesn't like what I say about him. Instead of actually doing things that would make people's opinion of him change, he continues to do things that openly justifies their opinion being negative about him. If you're watching this, you greasy pedophilic pedo-stash man-baby looking motherfuck, shave that shit the fuck off your face, talk to a licensed doctor, stop disabling all the comments if you know for a fact you're gonna do shit that's gonna warrant people to be upset with you, and grow the fuck up. I would like to thank everyone for their time. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully the next time I upload it's going to be on an actual fucking computer and not a glorified Android device, since that's really all Chromebooks are, is glorified Androids. Anyway, you guys all take care of yourself, and it's time for me to get the fuck out of here.
Thank you for listening to the Anshine Show. We hope you enjoyed spending time with us, and we hope you will continue to be a member of our family. Live long and prosper. Till next time.